Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Kaladesh Remastered draft here on the channel. My name is Nikolai, and in this video, I'm going to go pick by pick and play by play through the draft, talking through all of my decisions so you can level up and improve at Limited. If you enjoy the video, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for more content, and hit that bell icon if you would like to. You can also find the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. We have started off with a Cultivator's Caravan, so a pretty nice, vehicle slash mana fixer. Nice little upside there. So I like Cultivator's Caravan. Refurbished was a pretty cool combo piece in Standard, but nothing really in Draft. You just generally don't have expensive enough artifacts in your graveyard consistently enough to make it good. Hidden Stockpile is great, but it is a gold card, and I really don't like starting my draft with gold cards. It just leaves you so inflexible, especially compared to a colorless card that's powerful and goes in any deck. Ballista Charger works well. Can ping things down. And then Welding Sparks is a pretty good common, burning things out. So I think it's better than Chandra's Revolution. I think the best two cards are the Welding Sparks and the Caravan. And I'm going to take the Caravan because it fits into really any deck. If you're an aggressive beatdown deck, a 3-mana 5/5 vehicle is pretty solid. And if you're a controlling splashing deck, the 3-mana ramper that's sometimes a vehicle is very helpful as well. So fits into any deck, very powerful, helps you fix, leaves me flexible. So those are the things I like early on in a draft. And then we got past a Bomb Rare, someone who hasn't drafted the format before, presumably. This card is absolutely beating. I don't understand this card getting passed, really. It kind of reads like a beating, too. It's kind of maybe confusing to understand how the energy works. But basically, you get to steal a 4-drop. And if you have any energy, you can steal whatever you want. And, yeah, this is why I don't like to start with the gold card. Because imagine I start with Hidden Stockpile, and then I just take this card, and I just immediately can't play the Hidden Stockpile. Whereas now I can play Caravan and Confiscation Coup easily in the draft together. So feels good. Easy pick. If that wasn't in the pack, I like Aerial Responder. Just a good rate, just great stats all around. After that, this card is pretty reasonable. Eagle's reasonable. Renegade Map. I think the Aerial Responder is better than the Eagle. So I think I go boom, boom, maybe Eagle over Druid, and then Map. But Map is also pretty solid. Okay, so we have got off to a good start here. So we've got a Confiscation Coup, and a Cultivator's Caravan. The best card, the rare in this pack is not particularly good. You don't have that many cards in hand all the time. And so Fateful Showdown sometimes struggles to actually do anything. The Era of Innovation is actually somewhat reasonable. It's a nice little engine piece. It can work well if you have any ways to spend your energy consistently. And then there's an Ether Chaser, which is a card that I absolutely love. It works really well with Era of Innovation. So I think those are the best two cards in the pack. And I would say that I think Ether Chaser is a decent amount better than Era of Innovation. They kind of go in the same deck sometimes. But Era of Innovation is kind of difficult to use sometimes. It needs some pieces around it. And so I'm just going to take the card that works well on its own every time. This card sometimes just does nothing, which I don't really love about it. Okie doke. Now we see there's a Prophetic Prism. Great for fixing, splashing cards. There's Wispweaver Angel, which can do a lot of good stuff as well. It's a bit expensive, but if you have some enters to battlefield triggers, it just does major work. There's Attune with Ether, which is a good card in synergy with Confiscation Coup. So that's a nice little piece of upside as well. Prophetic Prism is great as well. Can fix mana. I like Attune with Ether a lot. Seems like it does what my deck wants to do. The Angel is powerful. Doesn't work really well with the cards that I have, or the color combinations are a little bit weaker. I think Ether is a little bit better than the Prism, maybe. So I think I'm going to take that, just because I have the Coup and the Ether Chaser already. Now I get another Ether Chaser. Potentially off to the races with either blue-red or green-red. Then maybe I could just play straight 3-color if I get enough fixing. Splashing a double-color card is tough, though. And you don't really want to splash 2-drops, so it's looking more likely blue-red or green-red. And not both. But I like another Ether Chaser here, the best card in the pack by a pretty wide margin. After that, the pack takes a steep decline. This card's somewhat playable. This card's reasonable sometimes, but really only Ether Chaser in consideration in that pack. This is a tough one. Unbridled Growth can sometimes do stuff. It's just kind of finicky. Wheelsmith is a reasonable card as well. It works with the Cultivator's Caravan. Pacification Array is also a pretty solid card. It's an artifact. It has some nice tapping synergies. And then there's Ether Theorist, which is a more defensive 2-drop, but still a good like energy card. Kind of want to take the Pacification Array. It's kind of expensive to use, but if you are in blue-red, you sometimes have improvised cards, and so it just like taps for mana a decent amount of time. And I would like to be blue-red, because this card's significantly better than Attune with Ether. And Ether Theorist is also a reasonable card. We're going to go for the synergy pick, another Ether Chaser. I don't know if I'm capable of passing an Ether Chaser. I mean, I know I am because I have passed it when I'm not playing a color that is red, or I don't have the option to go into red, but this card is so good. And then there's a Renegade map, which I like, but pretty just chilling on chasing. I'm chasing people down here. Narnan Renegade, reasonable card. We haven't seen any blue. We also have just some colorless cards. Don't know if we're a Druid of the Cowl deck. This card's also playable sometimes because there are a decent amount of artifacts in the set. I kind of want to take the Renegade, though. I think it's just the most powerful card. Time to just get chasing. Wow. Welding Sparks Wield. What? What? Je ne comprends pas. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Pourquoi est-ce que le Welding Sparks on le pack? I'm so confused that I switched languages, folks. That's how confused I am. Also, Hidden Stockpile still in the pack. Renegade map over Druid of the Cowl. I mean, I have a lot of 2-drops, so I don't really need the Druid. And Renegade map can do all the things Pacification Array does. And I can maybe splash stuff because of it. The Rebel attacks each combat. Not really what I want. Probably better than this card still, though. Built to smash. Good with my Ether Chasers. So it looks like red is open. And then we have this coup that we got past. But other than that, we have seen some blue. Is it safe to say red is open? I would think so. We've been seeing a lot of good red cards. Built to smash, pretty good combat trick. With the chasers that are mostly attacking. And even the servos that attack can then attack. Thank you so much, Limbo Team, for the subscription. I really appreciate that. Okay. Sharing that Twitch Prime. Okay, so Ovia Pashiri is a pretty good card. Just gives you a lot of stuff to do with your mana. Wow, Fireforge's Puzzle not really wrecks my Chaser plan. Hopefully nobody drafts that one. Plays against me. I think this card's enough better. And it looks like green was a little bit more open than blue because we only saw the Confiscation Coup. Thanks, Limbo. I really appreciate that. Thanks for the kind words. We did see a couple of, like, the Scry guy, the Theorists. But it looks like this card's good. And we could have a decent number of creatures because the Chasers make creatures. Hopefully not to play this Frontline Rebel. This card's also okay sometimes. But let's take the Ovia Pashiri. I like this card. We also got a last pick Subtle Strike, which is interesting. Because that card works well with either Chaser. We could totally try to splash something too, because we have a Tune and a Renegade map and a Cultivator's Caravan, so that's like 3 sources already. 4th source if we include a basic land of that color. What's the only card in my sideboard? Precise Strike. Yeah, don't need +1/+0 when all my cards already have First Strike. Does work well with Narnam Renegade, though. First Strike and Death Touch is a good combo. Wow, that's a brutal flavor text. Text. I do not need to pierce your heart to still its beating. Yikes. Okay, so what is in this pack? There's a Gear Seeker Serpent, which is a great synergy piece with the Confiscation Coup. Not that one, but the Ether Chasers that make artifacts and these, like, cheap cards. That can be cast for pretty cheap then. Malphus Revolutionary. So I can give myself extra energy. Kind of a turning point in the draft here. Confiscation Coup is really, 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 really good. So I kind of want to play that and just kind of force my way into blue. But then there's also, like, random green cards that I like, and green seemed more open in pack 1. This card's really good, and it kind of fits with my theme. I'm going to try to play blue. I think it's worth it. This card is enough more powerful than the other stuff that I have going on. I think it's worth doing. Immediate regret, but such is life. Long Tusk Cup is just a beating. I missed out on a Malphus Revolutionary, which is kind of hard to cast anyway. It's like a 3-mana 3/3 in many ways. Long Tusk Cup is enough better. And green seemed relatively open, so let's just go with that. This card, after an Attune with Ether, is also really, really good, so I'm liking where we're at now. Sorry, Gear Seeker and Confiscation Coup. I've got a better plan here. And that plan's name is Red Green Beatdown. Wow, look at this curve. That's kind of insane. Hopefully not to play this Rebel. Why is this card in the pack? This card is insane. Sage of Shyla's Claim. Does do some stuff with my energy cards. Don't really know if I need Pyro Helix, though it is pretty good with the Ether Chasers because any extra damage is good. I'm going to take the Pyro Helix, I think. It just works really well when I play an Ether Chaser or, like, need to kill some tokens or burn out the opponent or something. Sage is a 2/1. It's just not really worth a card a lot of the time, though with my Ether Chasers attacking, it's pretty nice. But I already have a few 2-drops. Thriving Rhino feels good. Looks like green is going to be open, and I'll get rewarded for this decision to stick with red-green. Yeah, everything else is pretty medium. I would probably take Tampering next and play it. Thriving Rhino is amazing. So this is an interesting pack. Decoction Module is not really what I'm looking for. Like, I have some interest in Battlefield stuff, but nothing too special. Invigorated Rampage is just excellent with Ether Chaser because First Strike and +4/+0 is a good combo. This card as a 5-drop is very replaceable. I'll take the Rampage. Hunt the Weak is nice with some of my bigger cards. I don't really want the Courage as much. Congrats, Lord Viridian. My Ether Chaser dreams have been dashed in pack 2. Haven't seen a single one. Feels bad. I did get a Thriving Rhino, though, so yeah, it's not all bad news. And I got a Povia Pashiri. I like High Spire Infusion better than Built to Smash, I think, in this deck, because the 2 energy is really relevant. Late Dawn Feather Eagle. Or Confiscation Coup. I'm not going to splash. I don't think. Not for a Dawn Feather, at least. I do have the tools to splash, but as you saw in my last draft, it's sometimes really inconsistent on hitting your splash, and I don't really have anything like overwhelmingly powerful to splash at the moment. I'll just send them non-green cards. 17 cards in the deck right now. Could always include some of these random cards as well. High Spire Infusion's still pretty good. Fire Forge's Puzzle Mouse okay. Similar role to the Pyrohelix though, so I don't think I need it. I like High Spire Infusion more than the Build to Smash. Because the extra energy is actually kind of nice. Cobra's okay if I need it. Exactly. Some cards, unless I have like relatively decent mana, I don't really splash just random cards. Pack 3, here we go. Goggles is great with chasers. Mimic. So I could name Human. So it's basically a 2/1 that can put a counter on something else. I could also name Servo. Goggles is super good with the chasers. So I think it's between those two. I'm going to take the Mimic. I think they're both good, though. Boom, getting another chaser. Let's go. I wouldn't mind a Pima Outrider in this deck, or an Appetite, but just going for the chaser plan. Somewhat regretting not having the guy now. Well, this card is a bomb. Maybe I splash black for that guy. He is a 2-drop. But if I end up with any extra energy, I'm just drawing a bunch of cards. Could also take Ether Hub as just a nice like mana fixer that can sometimes help me with extra like energy. This card's really good, but it is a 2-drop. And splashing 2-drops is kind of sketchy. I'll just take that Ether Hub. Now Pima Outrider or Sweatworks Brawler. Both are good. Sweatworks Brawler, I'll be able to get it out on turn 3 a lot. Synergizes really nicely with my cards. Chief of the Foundry is another good option. Makes all of the random servos I make even bigger. Growth is medium. I guess I take the self-assembler. I have room for a few more cards that I can play. Well, Outland Boar is pretty nice. Skyskiff is reasonable as well, but I like the Boar. Fits my color combo. I don't have any 4-drops, so I have room for it. I like Human Drafting better as well. Wow, another Sweatworks Brawler. Perfect. They're technically 4-drops, but I kind of count them as 3-drops because I'm going to be casting them on turn 3 like every time, I feel like. I can name Human with this Metallic Mimic, and it'll be very good. I have 4, 6, 7 humans. Or I could just name Servo. Goggles wheeled. That was what I was hoping for. Perfect. As well with all of my artificers there. So perfect pickup there. I figured the goggles might wheel. It's kind of hard to see how good it is sometimes. I'll take a second self-assembler. I'm not going to play the apprentice. Maybe I will. I don't think I need it, though. I have so many one-drops. I'm not going to play either of them, though. Cobra's a little bit weak. Trying to decide on my last cut, because I have these 2 cards that are replacing lands. So this is like 3 lands here, so that's 17. I guess I could just play 17 lands. I have some mana sinks, Ovia, Pacification Array. This thing, I've got some expensive cards. Wow, disrespectfully late Prism there. Yeah, I'm thinking about going 16 lands. Definitely something in my mind. But I will say I also don't like going below 15 actual lands a lot of the time. So this is 42 cards. This is 17 lands. But if I cut like 1 of each land, then all of a sudden I'm at the exact number, and I have the Renegade map and the Attune with Ether to help me with mana. This card kind of helps me with mana as well. Kind of like this. Like, what else do I want from this? Don't worry, I'm going to fix the land, Zutombo. This seems reasonable to me. Like, I have ways of... my deck has 15 lands in it, and then some, like... This card, like, is a little bit better than a land. It's kind of like a 1-1 if I have Ether Chasers going. Built to Smash could be okay as well. But I have 2 High Spires that I think are better. Yeah, I think we're going to run it like this. Gotta make sure I get those Kaladesh Remastered lands to reflect the central planning that went into building this deck. This doesn't look like Kaladesh at all. Where are these random mountains? I've never... Kaladesh is like a city plane, kind of. In my head it is, at least. Tough choice on the lands here. We're kind of going wilderness, I think, with the mountains, so let's go wilderness with the forest as well. Perfect. The deck looks good. Let's make the default card Ether Chaser, obviously, because that card is amazing. We're going to be great. I'll see you folks in the matches. Before I get to the matches, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support my work at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, and special shout out to those at the credits level. If you as a viewer feel like my content has provided you with $1 worth of value and you'd like to give back and support the channel, the Patreon is the best way to do so. And as my way of saying thank you to patrons, I provide some rewards like access to my card by card tier list for each set. I really do appreciate all of the patrons, and I really cannot thank you enough for helping me continue to produce these videos. Without further ado, though, let's get to the matches. Welcome to round 1. We are on the draw, but we have a great hand. This Goggles is going to get to show its merit here. Three first strike on turn 2 is really tough to deal with sometimes. Ah, feels bad, man. They did 2-for-1 themselves, though. If they play another 1-toughness creature, I can 2-for-1 them again. Okay, they're rocking and rolling with this energy, it looks like. Booyah! Ding, ding, ding. Thin my deck before drawing. Another creature would be nice, wouldn't it? But it's okay, we have plenty to do. We have this equipment, we have this tapper. Bum, bum, bum. They have so much energy. It's mildly terrifying. Oh, misty eye of the mountain below. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum bum. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ba da 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 do da dum bum ba da dee dee. Do da dee dee da dee do da da do. And the cowboy who loved me so true. Cut lands, Kappa. Cornball? Oh my gosh. It might be my viewer Cornball, who I have played many times. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Time to snowball on Cornball. It's like I was watching the Man League only instead of Complaint there was singing. I mean, I think it's just hilarious. I think this is one of my viewers. Hello there, Cornball. Oh, we had the exact same idea. Ugh, I always gotta do my best against viewers, yes. Time to let them know we care. This is gonna be so good. This is gonna be so good. Ether Chaser, please don't kill my guy. Let's go. Energy fueling me. Oh, gosh. Well, luckily we have the tampering. That's a turn 4. That is a turn 4 play, isn't it? Let's go, tampering! We're in great shape now. We are cruising. Longtusk Cub has taken over the building. Longtusk Cub. No longer but a cub. You have become a man, Longtusk. You are learning the ways of the forest. You've been raised in a dangerous place. I was worried about a combat trick. That's why I didn't buff it again. But I could have killed the Druid of the Cal if I double buffed it. Maybe I outplayed them. Because maybe they were waiting for me to buff it the second time to go for their combat trick or whatever, and I just didn't do it. I mean, they were pretty dead no matter what they did there. The fact that I drew my Destructive Tampering for that Gear Hulk was so good. Because they cast it on like turn 4. GG's, Cornball. I had that, I had the Destructive I think I top decked the Destructive Tampering right after you played Gear Hulk. And it was just like, oh, well, that worked out. Yeah. You should have seen my last game, Cornball. I drew all of my lands that game. I think I had, like, I think I drew every single land in my deck. Pretty much. I think I drew 10 lands in a row. I don't know. Maybe not quite that extreme. But yeah, that's unfortunate. That was would have been better if you had drawn, like, a bomb or so, like a top-end card or something. Oh! Nice to see that both people are on the Ovia Pashiri. We're living the Ovia Pashiri hype train. It's an Ovia Pashiri world, and we're just living in it. I like having it on this guy. Was that the first time we actually played? I feel like we might have played before on MTGO. I'm not sure, though. Interesting to think about. High Spire Infusion should do good work. Hopefully. It was all awesome because I was like, I know who Cornball is. Okay, so they're going to double block and I wreck them? Nope. It's good to be 1-0 against Quarter Calls. That's a strong place to start. I don't know why I got the forest there. Obviously, I have something, opponent. I could have played this thing if I'd gotten the forest. Oops. I feel like having 2 of each is nice, but... Ovia is going to start making me like 6/6s or something. Yes! Victory! Isn't it so much better when you don't get mad about getting, like, mana flooded and you can just enjoy the game instead? Shocker, I enjoy that a lot more. To the surprise of no one! It's a mental game, chat. It's all up here. It's like a puzzle. And if you solve the puzzle correctly, it doesn't matter if you win or lose, because you know you did well. In your heart of hearts. In your soul. In here. I can't keep this hand, because I can't cast my card. I can keep this, though. I am going to ditch the Chief, because I don't have any things to make it, so I just have all my removal spells. Gearing up to be a nice controlling game here. Oh, Pyrohelix. I'm going to try to get more value out of the Pyrohelix. I assume they'll make a servo at some point. I can zap that as well. I'm willing to take some damage to do it. Okay, sure. Oh, yes. Sweatwick's Brawl are getting ramped out by the map. Oh, the map! It's just like playing a one-mana mana rock. It's too good. Okay, are they giving it flying? Yes. I don't want to use that, actually. Like, because they have no mana to do anything, it like doesn't matter to me at all. I can take like so much damage. I'll play my mountain. They don't have impeccable timing. Interesting. And now I just have lethal. Sure. They did their best. They just couldn't cast any spells. It might have been incorrect. It probably was correct to attack with the Sweatworks, because impeccable timing is in the format, but it's bad, so people don't play it very much. So I don't play around it very often. Whew. 3-in-1. Nice. Sword diplomacy. That's one form of diplomacy. Well, again, kind of a controlling hand. Gosh, I don't have red mana. It's kind of a problem. No mulligan. Okay, this hand is much better, and I can just get rid of Ice Fire Infusion. I've gotten much better at mulliganing just marginal hands when I have a good deck. I'm just like, well, my deck will carry me. Goodbye, sweet Ether Chaser. Oh, man. That's brutal. The blue-black deck playing Fire Fortress Puzzle not to wreck you. That's always a bad feeling. Whew. Yikes. Oh, no, they have it. They have the mountain. Okay. I'm going to let them... I'm going to wait another turn, because I think I can maybe get an extra zapper off. Hmm. Oh, I'm going to lose my Ovia Pashiri. Maybe, if they draw another mana. Oh, it's tough. Yep, I will. They hit their splash color to wreck me. That thing is brutal. This is just not the way the game was supposed to go. I didn't want it to go this way. But now they can't use it on my Ether Chasers, which is nice. Wow, they aren't going for it. Well, I guess it's time to make hay while the sun is shining. Get my servo while I have the chance. Hmm. Wow, they put a counter. That's surprising. Hmm. Card has looked bad. feel like in this game, this thing dying, the Fire Fortress puzzle knot was just really good against me, and the Tezzeret's Touch. And since then, I've just been like hoping they'd flood out and never draw another spell. Yeah. Just like a step behind. The Ovia Pishiri dying was not good. I needed that for the mana, but I also couldn't really play around with the puzzle knot. I think I needed the High Spire infusion, to be honest. The mulligan made it tough. I mean, I do have 17 mana sources, essentially. Got the Attune, I've got the Renegade map. So I have more than 17. It's like I have a couple of Evolving Wilds, basically. It's important to remember, like, just because I flooded out also, that, like, it's not necessarily correct to cut lands, because I've also had situations where my, I had to mulligan because I didn't have the right lands. So it's, like, a challenge. So, like remember, I mulliganed that game because I didn't have enough of each color. I didn't have a mountain or whatever. I am on the play this game, which is helpful. I think I've been on the draw most of my games, which potentially biases the way things look. Oh no, they're gonna play Contraband Kingpin, really? Oh no, never mind. That's fine. Thriving Rhino should be able to take over, hopefully. Thriving Rhino is a beating. Ah! Autopay has my back. Ugh. Well, that was a heck of a draw. Ah, crew itself. Well, if they kill Ether Chaser, I think I win, so I don't really care if they heal it. Fatal push. No fatal push. Got the win! Yay! It has felt like I have consistently drawn one or two too many lands, though. I will say. Maybe I'm supposed to shave a land or something. It just feels really rough to go down below 7 sources of either color. What would I add? Like, Built to Smash, probably. Eric High. This also could be the type of deck where on the draw I would side out a land, but since I have no idea whether I'm going to be on the play or the draw, I don't do it. It just feels broken every time it happens. Four or five Menase. Namaste. No! Whoa, I got a host or something. I'll have to check. Whoa, Magic hosted me. Thanks, Magic. Welcome, everybody. Or the Wizards of the Coast employee in charge. I appreciate it. Thanks, friendo. Drawing another Sweatworks Brawler was nice. I have decided to cut a land for next game. Presumably a forest. Platinum 1! Let's go! I never doubted myself for a second. I always knew that if I tried hard enough and practiced, I could make it to Platinum 1. It sometimes eludes me. No, it doesn't really. Sorry. Sorry, Platinum 1. I've got a higher sight. No, I'm kidding. It's always fun to make it Platinum 1. Platinum 1 is always a great little spot. I like what the logo looks like. We have made a change to the deck. We are now at functionally 16 mana sources. Beautiful. Immediately rewarded. Let's go. I never doubted myself for a second. Oh, yes. The chaser. The chaser with the smash. With the smash. Oh, no. Hardest standard set to draft currently? Not sure. Killing a Glint Sleeve for only 1 mana. Feels good. They can draw the card and lose their life if they so choose. Let's go. The poor man's Rogue Refiner. Wow. That is wild to me that they would do that. Because now they can't kill my Outland more, presumably. Like, what's your plan for this guy now? Or unless they have another one. Oh, they do have another one. It's not great for me. That was a good draw, though. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 12. Well, that's just brutal. That rare is just completely stupid. In this exact situation. It's not like a broken rare in general. It's just like, oh gosh, kind of annoying. The array. Non-creature spell. And that's all I have. Thank you so much, Deep Breeze, for the subscription. Sharing that Twitch Prime, I really appreciate it. Two. 2, 3, and I may or may not have just missed lethal. And when I say may or may not have, I mean I definitely did. I definitely got distracted. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o. Whew. Wins anyway. Thanks, Deep Breeze. I really appreciate that. It's very kind of you. I think we're 1 win away from potentially a 7-win run here, and that swap of the land turned out to be absolutely crucial. 1 extra land there, and I might have lost. So, makes a change to the deck, immediately rewarded, and now he's 6-2. Our hero is on the precipice of an unprecedented victory, winning a game that he really has no business winning with his pure mastery of the game. Taking it down to the field, what do you see down there that maybe gives you some confidence? Well, Jim, it's getting really intense down here on the battlefield, and it looks like he's going to be keeping his opening hand, despite the fact that he does not yet have a real green source. His Ether Hub is only going to last him so long. But he's got confidence in the top of his deck, and he's on the play, which gives him a lot of faith in the fact that he can maybe get an overpowering start. And he draws the green source right away. Maybe not as good as drawing an Ether Chaser would have been, but still keeps him in the loop. Back up to you in the booth. A Long Tusk Cup. Well, we're not going to take any chances with that one. We're going to keep narrating this game in the third person, and just looks like Nikolai's going to be killing the Long Tusk Cup with his welding sparks. Definitely a good use of that sparks. I'll say. So dumb. Oh my gosh. Fretwork Colony. That's a card. Oh, please do it all the time. I think this is going to work out well. And then next turn I can make a Thopter and play the Sweatworks Brawler. Fretwork is not something I'm worried about, because I'm going to try to overpower them. Roof, it looks like it's going to give me a run for my money. A side-by-side commentary with myself. I actually really like doing commentary. I commentate like random stuff sometimes. Like, this is now expected. No! I was literally thinking to myself, I hope I draw the week. Unfortunately, I think I have to make that trade. This OV has a problem. I'm surprised they offered the trade, to be honest. I do not care if you're attacking me. It means you have a combat trick. This is tough. I have to hope they don't have removal and that I live for 3 more turns. What combat trick could they have? Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Well, that's a huge draw. This game is getting close. If they start paying life with their Glint Sleeve Siphoner, they're going to die. Are they willing to go down to 7 life against the rambunctious, aggressive red-green deck? Ooh, it looks like they are. That Built to Smash that got sided in for a land could be the difference maker here if it gets top decked. It's all going to come down to the top of the deck. That's what he's saying to himself here. You can tell that he's really focused on channeling that inner energy, but this pacification array really could make a big difference as well. Means their hand is trash. Not necessarily. They did cast Live Fast in a board where casting it was not very good. Winding Constrictor. That could be terrifying. And a kill spell. This is getting interesting. Looking for a combat trick. Oh my gosh, he finds the Hunt the Weak off of the top of the deck. Now the question is, what does he kill? Probably the Ovia or the Winding. Probably the Winding Constrictor. It was an argument whether or not to kill the Glint Sleeve, because them drawing a card here, now they're dead no matter what, so they probably are going to draw a card. But I wanted the option to do a double tap with the pacification array. Not that I needed it when I had this, so maybe I was supposed to kill Glint Sleeve and deny them a draw step. But also now Chandra's Pyrohelix off the top is a lethal card. Really any creature and I'm in great shape. I just need to draw a creature this turn. If they kill my Sweatworks Brawler. Because I can use this to clear the way also. And I could buy a bunch of time with this array. The fact that they're taking their time could mean good news for Bolas here. He's going for a trophy. This is one of those elusive gains that you always look for in your career, but very rarely can attain. He's clearly nervous. Not really. His palms are sweaty mom's spaghetti. Doesn't really seem like the opponent has something immediately obvious as a play. They do have 4 cards in hand, and that Ovia Pashiri potentially to activate. A lot of stuff on the line here. This tampering could prove to be the absolute difference maker in this draft. The second mode doesn't get activated often. I feel like I'm using like a... Oh my gosh, the Ridge Scale Tusker, one of the best cards in the format. Absolute heck of a card. Really an absolutely devastating piece of machinery there. But will it be enough? It doesn't look like it. Oh my goodness, are they crumbling before his very eyes? The Ridge Scale gets tapped. Now the Ovia gets tapped. And they concede! He has won the pennant! It's unbelievable! No one has seen this sort of mastery over the game in years, or weeks, or potentially even hours. They say a new trophy is born every 6 seconds. And you were here to witness this one. So I guess it was a rare occurrence. Very rare. Whew. Let's go. Getting the maximum wins. The people of Kaladesh go wild. The Sweatworks Brawlers are coming up from their... Well, just look at the fists. He really gives them the right hook and the left hook. And he's got a mask on. Look at him go. Ether Chaser chasing those wins. He runs for the applause of the crowd. The residents of Emberall were never known for finesse, just for getting things done. Well, great flavor text to describe that exact situation. The Built to Smash sideboard tech coming in key. Have not seen more mastery at a game in the last 45 minutes. That is true praise. I appreciate that foray. Wow. We didn't draw Metallic Mimic a single time, but the Inventor's Goggles that we drew over and over was incredible. So the fact that we took this over that, I mean, this card probably would have been good too. The High Spire infusions were great. Just crushing it. Let's go. Destructive Tampering did a lot of work that draft, I must say. And then the pacification array to close it out. What a victory for the young American. What a play. If you made it all the way to the end of this video and were watching on YouTube, in the comment section down below, leave a comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. And to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video, leave hashtag getting things done, or hashtag chasing victory, or another creative hashtag to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video. Hashtag clutch sideboard, because that built to smash really did help us in that penultimate game. Also, if you did enjoy it, hit that thumbs up button. It does help the video succeed. And subscribe to the channel to get more of my content. And click that bell icon for more, so you get notified when I post future videos, if that's something you are interested in. If you would like to find my draft guide for Kaladesh Remastered, that'll be linked in the description down below. You can also find links to the Discord server, which you can join to ask questions of me and all of the other people in our community. It's a great Discord. There's over like 400 people in it, which is kind of wild. And they draft together all the time, and it's great. You can also find my articles linked below, and if you would like to support my work, you can do so via the Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Gain access to my card-by-card grade spreadsheets, my tier lists, and also support my work and help me continue making these videos. If you do have Amazon Prime, you can also support my work at no extra cost to yourself. Simply link your Amazon account and your Twitch account, and then you can subscribe using the Prime gaming that Amazon provides, because Amazon owns Twitch, and so they let you support the creators who you enjoy the most at no extra cost to yourself if you already have Amazon Prime. Even if you don't watch Twitch, it takes like 2 seconds to make an account. It's free to make an account, and you can support my work that way. Even if you don't watch on Twitch, it all goes towards the same pool and helps me make those videos that you enjoy. Hopefully that you enjoy. That is going to do it for this video, though. I hope you enjoyed it. I really had a blast playing this deck. It was a ton of fun and some epic moments there. We drew like 10 lands in our first game, and it was totally chill. And then at the end, we clutched it. So really a great little awesome stuff going. Little great progression for the draft. He started in a dangerous spot, and then he battled his way back, and then he swung it all around, and then he clutched it in the end. Kind of how it goes. Kind of like a hero's narrative. But yeah, that's going to do it for this draft video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.